said here, Amazing Boy 13. Oh wait. I'll have him on 0. That's all I've got for now. Yeah, I'm not really that much of a person who... Oh, wait. And you want a 1. Why not? I think that's everyone that I want. Excuse me, oh, bro, he's already here. Oh, stop. What's my flashlight button? Probably should have read the controls. Oh, say cheese. Yeah, we're dead. I don't care that you got my batteries. Shut up. Okay, this game is easy, not gonna lie. What is my flashlight button? I'm moving my mouse all over the place. Yeah, we're done. We're done. I'm just gonna move my mouse everywhere. I don't freak where it is.
Hello. For today's lesson, we will be training on handling techniques. When using an animatronic as a suit, please ensure that the animatronic parts are tightly compressed by the spring lock located around the inside of the suit. It may take a few moments to position your head and torso between these parts in a manner where you can move and speak. Try not to nudge or press against the spring lock. Not touch the spring lock at any time. Not breathe on the spring lock.
So far, I'm surviving pretty well.
In the case that the spring lock becomes loose while you are wearing a suit, please try to maneuver away from populated areas before bleeding out. As always, if there is ever an emergency, please go to the designated safe room. Every location is built with one extra room that is not included in the digital map layouts programmed into the animatronics or security system. This room is hidden to customers, invisible to animatronics, and is always on camera. As always, remember to smile when the face of Freddy Fazbear is seen.
Fantastic. Let's go. Wait, what?コローラ。
私は最終的に一つのものを得た。私が去ることができるかどうか聞いたところ、彼らは私を目覚めさせた。私は水面に戻り、泳いで家に帰ったが、結果は出なかった。あなたは決して祖先を怒らせることはない。今私は肩の後ろにこの口を持っている。夕べ空に浮かぶ夢を見た。その後まっすぐ立って星の海に落ち、まるで下に見えないベッドがあるように着陸した。それは暗闇があるまで私を運んだ。
I'm going
目が
to
覚める
go
と、
mod
これ
my
は死後の
job.
ビジョ
I
ンであると
just
思えた。
stopped by to
私
see
は
how you're
何が来る
doing
の
and
かを見
stuff.
ていた。
Have fun, man.
私の
Good
祖先
luck
が
with the stream.
Thank you.
Emoji slightly
私は
smiling
実際に
face.
久々に馬小屋から集めていた紙を使ってアルパカの衣装を痛烈に作った。私は実際にはもともとかの窓の外でいくつかの厄介な音作りを計画していたが、その後彼は飲酒の谷に落ちた。そしてそれは私の誕生日のようだった。
誰かいないか？私はどうしてもトイレに行かなきゃいけないんだ。
だからもちろん私は彼をトラックから引きずり出し、しばらくの間アルパカの糞で彼を巻き込んだ。とても楽しい。私は写真をオンラインで投稿したが、最初に友人に見せてもらう必要がある。誰にでもあんたの写真を見せることができる。そこにはたくさんの変人がいる。
To be continued. Ah.
Hi.
Hello. I'm trying to get the easy achievements out of the way. Like, experience all deaths. So, while I do that, let's just watch videos together.
This game, Hello Neighbor is an awful game. I don't care what you think about it. This game is horrendously designed. On top of that, you have the worst designed AI in human history. This is just pathetic. The physics are garbage. It looks bad. It feels bad. It's just bad. I don't understand why people like this. I don't understand why it has mostly positive reviews on Steam. And I don't understand why this franchise got a prequel. And
I
a
dare
spin-off
you
of
to
actually
go
do
against
understand
Toy
why
at Freddy at the hardest level.
on Steam, and I don't understand why this franchise got a spin-off. Well, actually, I do understand. Money, 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 money. I never knew this, but Hello Neighbor is a fucking money printing machine. It's insane. Kids fucking love this. Kids wanna play this. Kids wanna see their favorite YouTubers play this. And you know where I'm going with this. Big YouTuber plays the game, gets 20 million views, and boom, cycle continues. There's nothing wrong with this, but my problem is that Hello Neighbor is a bad product. It's bad. I did a bit of digging, and some of the most viewed videos on Hello Neighbor are over 100 million views. That's mental. But enough about the shit that nobody came for. Let's talk business. Secret Neighbor, and I'm not joking when I say this, is tag. You're playing a game of tag. You spawn in with 6 kids, which one of them is the neighbor, and the neighbor's job is to catch everyone, while the kid's job is to search the house for key cards and keys to go to the basement. You play it for 15 minutes and you've already experienced everything it has to offer. There is one map and one map only. The props are just recycled from the first game. The animations are even worse than the original. I don't even know how that is possible. And kids play this. A lot of kids play this. You join a lobby and this is what you get. You're always gonna have some forget to enable push to talk, and you can just hear what's happening in their living room. I guess you can mute the voice chat, but then you can't communicate, which kind of defeats the purpose of the game. And that's not even all, okay? I said to myself, I'm gonna make a funny video about this, so I'm gonna get all the achievements, but I can't even do that. One of them is bugged, I can't get it. Sometimes the game doesn't even start, and sometimes to fix it. This description is just duplicated. I don't even know how you fuck up something like that. One time this guy just cheated in a bunch of keys and won the game. What's the point? You know you're playing this, right? And they have this Fortnite item shop, and it just crashed. Come on! Secret Neighbors, broken, unpolished, and it's just a bad game. Is it better than Hello Neighbor? Yeah, but then again, that's not hard. If this game were to be free, I wouldn't care, but I paid $13 for it. I bought the Take Two
episode and thought it was super cool. It involves this guy right here. Let's call him Rainbow Suspenders Guy. He's a character featured in the background of a lot of Rick and Morty episodes. As far back as episode 2, Lawnmower Dog. He's in Close Encounters, season 1, episode 10, on a bus, and even the first interdimensional cable episode protesting the rights of drunk people to marry whoever they want to. Drunk people can get married. Who needs it? Leave him alone, Suspender Guy. Love is love. But even before I knew that this guy was involved in some interdimensional conspiracy, his shirt always rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, clearly those are meant to be football laces.
Uh-oh, how unfortunate. Uh-oh, how unfortunate. I know how much you like to fight, so we'll add a new problem to your night.
That's what you get for leaving me hanging!
Completely new and disconnected from all of that. You see, Rainbow Suspenders here was meant to span both of those shows, with his appearances on Rick and Morty containing half of the secret code spelled out in Roman numerals on his chest, with the other half existing in Gravity Falls. The code his shirt was originally meant to spell out? Well, I'll let Alex Hirsch and Justin Roiland, the creators of both of their respective shows, explain it.
Like, what are the odds that you and two of your friends all have television shows at the exact same time, right? So we're like, let's do something weird. Whoever cracks our code first is probably somebody who, like, stays at home a lot and is always watching TV and spends a lot of time on message boards, and maybe they spend this time kind of secretly away from social situations because maybe they're a little nervous around people. Maybe they just need a little confidence in their life. So maybe the message should be the word confidence.
Confidence? You have this, like, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to cross over some of the biggest shows on TV, and you use that opportunity to spell the word confidence? Are you kidding me? Because you think people at home who watch TV all the time need a little bit more confidence? Excuse me, guys. I'll have you know that I sit at home and watch TV all day and have plenty of confidence. My cup runneth over with confidence, thank you very much. Anyway, Gravity Falls ended its run before this could ever happen, so this never actually played out and the code went unfinished. At least, it went unfinished until the release of the Rick and Morty video game, Pocket Mortys. Basically, it's Pokemon, where Rick is going around collecting different types of Mortys, trying to be the very best like no one ever was. Complete with Morty evolutions and everything. Gotta catch 'em all! Pocket Morty! Now, this game is a gold mine for theory content. I'll probably end up talking a lot about it sometime in the future, but I bring it up here because it's the end of our little story. You see, the longest Morty evolution chain in the game involves Mortys wearing differently colored shirts. Blue, then evolves to red, then orange, then evolves to green, purple, and finally, rainbow. Wouldn't you know it, but Rainbow Shirt Morty has a familiar looking t-shirt and set of suspenders. This time, the laces on the football are the Roman numerals 18, 1, and 13. You could probably figure it out from there, but to seal the deal in battle, you actually get to see the back of the shirt, and it gives you the code A equals 1. So that means it's a simple substitution cipher that gives us the letters R-A-M. Apparently, Justin Roiland's a big fan of Dodge Ram trucks, or it's actually just short for Rick and Morty. Still really cool to see the whole thing finally get used, even if the final message is a bit anticlimactic. But whole thing, waiting at the top of that football design, I cannot wait for season 4 of Rick and Morty.
Half the season you deserve. All the season we could handle.
All the season we could handle? Yeah, right, Adult Swim. You and I both know that you are chomping at the bit to get as much of this show on the air as possible. Heck, your whole programming strategy would probably just be filling out blocks with Rick and Morty if you could, but I know what's really going on. You're just afraid of it running into the holidays, even though losing viewership during the Christmas season is a complete myth in today's era of content on demand. It is a fallacy of traditional media. Get with the times, guys. Sorry, I'm just salty because 5 episodes of Rick and Morty is not enough. I want as much Rick and Morty poured into my eye holes as possible. I can handle even with just 5 episodes, there's still plenty to get excited about from the season 4 trailer. Assuming the show isn't doing the thing where it's trolling us and making us actually appear in the season, which is totally something we all know that they would do. What I liked most about the trailer, though, was the return of some of the most memorable side characters in Rick and Morty history. We've got Gear over here, apparently having predicted Rick for running out his Force sensitive.
There, so much more spacious in here. I may stay a while.
He told me to tell you he's sorry you didn't have bad memories of him.
Now, this episode is
Hilo.
and it isn't just one of the most interesting
Hi,
scenes
lol.
I've seen on TV in a long time. It also leaves us with a burning question. What is the deal with Mr. Butthole? I mean, sure, he doesn't shrivel up. I mean, he's not a parasite like all the other characters, but then what is he really? He could still very much be a parasite, just a different level. And I don't think that makes it right one. It's actually a theory that was backed up by the
Hi.
Now, let me make this clear. Dan Harmon at the beginning of this quote does indeed say that this is just a theory. Fine, but it's certainly a theory that's worth considering. So today, we're answering the question once and for all. Who is Mr. Butthole?
Go against William of Ton.
Alrighty. Well, which one? Springtrap or Scrap
Next.
Trap? Springtrap or Scrap Trap? Or both, because they're both only mapping.
That episode, here we go. He's most likely. It makes a lot of sense.
Springtrap.
Uh-oh, how
How
unfortunate.
unfortunate! Oh, how unfortunate!
I know
I
how
know
much
that you love to fight, so I'll add a new problem to your night. Yes, yes! Wait. No.
Where's my beak? Lodged in your forehead, of course.
Ah! Why is my... Oh, there's a beak in my forehead. Okay, that makes sense. Wait. Ah! Chica, what are you doing? Why are you taking off your bib? Ah!
Too late for Chica. This game is challenging.
Oh, I figured out a secret! Kinda. Oh, wait, I don't know if you know about this, but, if you just, you probably do since I'm late to this game every single day. Every game I'm late to it. Parappa the Rapper, late. Just Shakes and Beats, I was early on it, but mainly late. I was a year late. I Am Red, I'm like 6 years late to it. Five Nights at Freddy's 4, 6 years late.
Oh.
There's only supposed to be 6 people in this house.
Sure about that, Raymond?
Begging your pardon, Mr. Rick, but I seem to recall a great deal of confusion surrounding that number. Mr. Poopy Butthole does the exact same thing. He starts by downplaying the problem of parasites early on in an attempt to get the family to stop their run. Maybe you got the first one in time.
Watch game. You really should go against Afton.
Mm-hmm.
E fun. He fun.
Emphasis on eat your food. And what do we see Mr. PBH do at the end of this?
Me blind. D. Too much white flashing.
Come sit with me a while. Leave the demon to his own demons. Rest your soul. There is nothing else.
Wah 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 wah.
Oh no. Oh,
Is all in her.
Wait, you can escape? No, not again! No! Ah! Consequences. Trophy earned. What the frick is that? Why is it Shadow DD? Why is it Shadow DD with the icon? Alright, William Afton. Scrap Trapper,
Wheel you're out of game hell in hell.
Honestly,
Afton, please.
R2 the change with up and down. This is this is so confusing. I'm PC. It's simple, but this, no, thank you. Willie A. Oh, that is so simple. Block off this and block. You can only block
Try
one.
hard.
Wait, I can use snare. Yeah. Oh, Willie A, please come down this path. It's much faster. Please. Really? Really? You're coming down this path? Watch this. I'm about to end this man's whole career.
He like, wait, no.
What? No! William! You're cheating! Okay, apparently William Afton said a swear word. Pick a character, any character besides this top row. Well, I need to do this guy.
He went through.
I need to do you. Let's go.
Nightmare Yonred.
Mangle! How you doing? Oh yeah, I know what Mangle's gender is. It is yes. Oh, what the frick is on my hand?
Yes.
Yes.
How
Unfortunate. Oh, how unfortunate. I know how much you like to fight, so I do problem to your night. I'm scared. Who is it? Who the fuck is it? I'm scared.
What? No.
Ah!
It's too late.
Who the hell? Who the hell is it? I'll pick up that fast coin. My question is, how are we picking up fast coins? On the cameras!
Vent. Vent. Now.
The Poop in My Pants, Mr. Poopy Butthole looks through a scrapbook which shows some of the key events from his life, like meeting the missus and an ultrasound of their child. One set of pictures in that scrapbook, though, shows that the Mr. and Mrs. went through the same spa treatment shown in Season 3, Episode 6, Breast and Relaxation, where the ugly green toxins of a person's personality are physically removed from their body. In that episode, it made Rick and Morty more chill guys before they refused with that half of themselves, but for Mr. PDH, who probably didn't end up refusing with that half of himself, it likely helped make him the pleasant, folksy force of positivity that we all know and love. We also know that while Mr. Poopy might be a parasite, he's not a shit
Mad Pat.
based on that same web episode.
Yes.
His baby is shown in the womb.
Don't be afraid. Soon you will look just like me.
Beautiful. Okay. Say F after every death I get. Should I repeat the death line? Say F if yes, say N if no.
N.
Okay. My favorite character in Ultimate Custom Night. Duck system. Open duck, open the 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 duck.
Two.
Damn. Well,
it seems that you have met your end. What a pity. You know, I don't feel too bad about it, though. After all, if it weren't me, it would have just been one of the others, I guess. I'm honestly just glad to be out of those air ducts. You know, it's not easy for a hippopotamus to fit up there, and not easy to get down either, and not as young as I used to be, as you can see. I used to be able to do all sorts of things. You're young, you're vibrant, you have that sort of pep in your step. It reminds me of a conversation I was having with one of my good friends, Orville. We were having a nice picnic one day. I believe it was summer. No, perhaps it was it the fall? Yes. It was the fall because the leaves had turned already. But I said to Orville, I says, Orville, I have a story to tell you. And Orville looked at me, kind of odd and said, well, what's it about? I said to him, not every story has to be about something, Orville. Sometimes a person just wants to talk. Why does everything have to be a story? I said to him. He just looked at me and he said, well, you said you had a story. And, he was quite right. I did, in fact. I told him I had a story. I suppose if a person just wants to talk, then it's best to not announce that you're telling a story. Telling a story does come with its own pressures and expectations, I suppose. After all, if you're just talking to a friend, then there's no more expectations than if you were talking into the wind. Words by themselves aren't expected to carry, aren't expected to stick. But if you announce you're telling a story, well then, there'd better be a point to it all, Not No one wants to sit and listen to someone ramble on and on and on with absolutely no end in sight. So, you know, it's good to be mindful that when you tell someone that you're about to tell a story, that you have something to say. Telling someone that you're going to tell them a story is tantamount to asking them to stop what they're doing and pay attention. You're basically saying, hey, buddy, stop everything. Stop what you're thinking. I have a solution to everything. And, well, I didn't really have any story to tell. In hindsight, I probably just misspoke when I said that I had a story. I think it would have just been better to tell Orville that I wanted to tell him something rather than tell him that I had a story. But you know, even then, it might have put too much importance on the whole thing. Either way, it was quite a nice day. I remember that we were drinking tea. Teleportation ability that Mr. Wilkie seems to possess. So that explains the level of knowledge that this one-side character has, but also explains the family. Despite seeming like this outsider, there are also some surface level similarities. Morty and Mr. Butthole do have similar vocal mannerisms, namely Morty's tendency to stammer. Mr. Butthole's elongation of words. Listen to Morty stammer. Whoa, what is it? Now compare that to Mr. Butthole's speech pattern. Got my G-E-E-D. Even their stock phrases of cheese and are pretty darn similar. We also know from Mr. Butthole's scrap that he's Jewish, as his wedding was initiated by a rabbi, and he steps on a glass at the end of it. Now, we don't know anything about the Smith's religion other than Rick's very cocky atheism, but he does mention in this moment of total recall. It seems that you have met a horrible demise, my friend. But, you know, these things happen in life. Life goes on. Not for you, obviously. You're dead. But it reminds me of a time I was having a conversation with my friend Orville. We were, where were we? I think we were by the river. We were sitting by the river and watching the fish leap over the falls. And I said to Orville, you know, sometimes I feel like a fish leaping over and over again, always trying to get somewhere, though I don't know where, only to find myself in the jaws of a beast. He, of course, looked at me, surprised, you know. Have you been in the jaws of a beast, friend? To which I said, no, of course not, Orville. I said, no. I simply meant that life can seem like a relentless endeavor to overcome meaningless obstacles, only to meet an equally meaningless fate, regardless of your efforts, regardless of the obstacles you've passed. And Orville, he stood and proceeded to drape me with a picnic cloth, to which I asked him, I said, friend, what are you doing? He looked at me very concerned, really. I feel like you've gotten too much sun. Indeed, indeed I had. He proceeded to pour me a glass of just ice-cold lemonade. Ooh, you ever mix it with iced tea? You do like a little half lemonade, half... Ooh, it's so... You should try it some... Well, you can't because you're dead. But anyways, so you may be asking yourself, how did I go from sitting by the falls and drinking lemonade to being wedged in the air duct? Not only with Orville, but with an entire assortment of fruity-colored friends. Well, there's really no good answer to that, but perhaps I met a demise of my own at some point, and this is my afterlife or my dream, whatever it might mean. I honestly don't know. Or maybe it doesn't mean anything at all. Maybe it doesn't mean anything at all.
In other words, in Mr. PBH's universe, there has to be a new and summer. We know, based on the Cronenbergs and the pictures, that there also has to be a Morty somewhere in this universe. It could be that maybe Mr. PBH is that universe's Morty. That does give us the question of where his Rick would be, but honestly, he died. Mr. Butthole is clearly older. It's also not that hard to believe that Rick and Morty could have gotten separated in a lot of different timelines. And if Mr. Butthole feels all alone in his Cronenberg world, well, that could explain why he would travel to Earth C-137 in the first place, in order to try to integrate himself into a different version of the family. What? Hey.
My friend, you have met a terrible, terrible demise. But, I don't feel too bad about it. After all, if it weren't from me, it would have just been from someone else, you know? I guess what I'm trying to say is life goes on. Well, for everyone else, life goes on. Not for you. You're dead. But that's neither here nor there. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville. And I said to him, Orville, I have a story. And he said to me, what's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Orville, not every story has to have significance, you know? Sometimes a story is just a story. If you try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says, you'll just drive yourself crazy.
I feel cold out.
Wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. And not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, and thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume, you know? Sometimes, I said, a story is just a story. So just be quiet for 1 second of your life and eat your sandwich, okay? Of course, it was only then I realized I made sandwiches, and poor Orville was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands, you know? Actually, I suppose that's the problem. They don't have hands at all, do they? They're all feet. I couldn't imagine someone asking me to eat a sandwich with my feet. Now, if I recall correctly, there was a bakery nearby. I said to him, Orville, let me go get you some rye bread. Now, I'm unsure if elephants enjoy rye bread, but I assure you that Orville does. Now, this was on a Tuesday, which was good because rye bread was always fresh on Tuesday. They made sourdough bread on Monday and threw it out Wednesday, or rather, they sold it at a discount for people wanting to feed the ducks, and then probably at the end of the day, finally, they threw it all out. I don't recall. I do remember a man who would bring his son to the bakery every Wednesday and then go feed the ducks. He would buy all of the sourdough bread. Of course, you're not supposed to feed the ducks sourdough bread at all. It swells up in their stomach and then they all die. At least that's what I've heard. I never saw any ducks die myself, but I did notice a substantial decrease in the duck population over the course of a few years. I just never thought to stop the man and tell him that he was killing the ducks by feeding them sourdough bread. And if you want my opinion on the matter, and I told Orville this as well, if you want to feed ducks, or birds, or any kind for that matter, it's best to buy seed. I mean, when you think about it, breads of any sort don't occur in nature. They don't grow on trees or spring up from the bushes. I don't think birds know what to do with bread. What was I saying? Oh, yes. So I bought Orville some rye bread. What a fine day it was.
mother, and what did Rick do to her? We know based on the existence of Beth that she must have existed at some point, right? Well, anyone who knows this show well will immediately come back to one of its most iconic episodes, Season 3, Episode 1, Rick Shank Redemption, which was all about chonies and memory hopping. In Rick Shank Redemption, Rick dives into memories to show us, and a Gromflemite investigator, the day that a younger Rick Sanchez had to tragically watch his partner Diane die. Except, as Rick later tells us, this isn't a real memory. It was just a totally fabricated origin story. Now, while the memory itself may definitely be fabricated, there is some real-world science that allows us to theorize about whether it's actually that far from the truth. It turns out that humans are really bad at coming up with original ideas. In fact, many neuroscientists believe that new ideas don't even exist. Instead, our brains are constantly remixing everything that we hear, feel, smell, or taste. Researchers at the University of Haifa found that when forming an original idea, the brain utilizes an associative region, which is what we think of as our creative thinking. What's interesting, though, is that this associative part of the brain still involves recombining ideas that are already stored inside the brain. What we think of as coming up with new ideas is actually just remixing old ideas in new ways. This was actually confirmed by researchers at the Institute of Psychology of the University of Graz, Austria, who confirmed that coming up with a new idea and recalling an old memory actually show similar activation patterns in the brain. That's not to say that we can't remix ideas to come up with stuff that's incredibly innovative. It just means that in Rick Shank Redemption, there's a pretty